Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Spectral Phantasy. In the last playthrough, we have been touring around the area of the mansion by our lovely cute goose. And now we move to another room outside of the room we were in with our cute little friend, and we'll see what will happen next. Let's go. This one seems to be a cozy little sitting room. More velvet furniture is placed around the room with tea tables scattered here and there. A large harp sits in front of the window, and you briefly wonder if Cyrus knows how to play. In a flash, all of the candles in the room are lit, giving everything a warm glow. Make yourself at home. This is another one of my favorite rooms. The amount of times I've fallen asleep on the couch. During the day, the sunlight hits it perfectly and it's the best napping spot in the entire manor. He chuckles to himself before moving to sit down on said couch. Without even thinking about it, you find yourself sitting down with him. His red eyes widen in surprise as he stares at you, and you think you can even see a faint pink tint to his pale cheeks. Shite, he really is cute, isn't he? As I was saying, my sister and I often choose this room to play hide and seek in. The manor is so big, we came up with rules to restrict what rooms we could play in to keep it fair. He rests his chin on his hand as he gazes out the window, a fond expression on his face. You're curious about his family, but you don't want to accidentally upset him again. You'll let him talk about it if he feels like it. I'm a master at hide and seek. Running from you earlier kind of felt like a game of hide and seek. Well, in a horror movie kind of way. It was kind of exhilarating looking back on it now though, like the rush you get from a roller coaster. Cyrus raises her eyebrow at you as a mischievous grin crosses his face, and you find your own hit up in return. Really? In that case... In an instant, his form vanishes from next to you. You quickly scan the room, but you don't see him anywhere. You open your mouth to call out for him, but before you can speak, you suddenly feel chilly breath on your ear and his voice whispers from behind you. Boo! A shrill scream tears itself out of your mouth as you clutch your chest, your heartbeat going a mile a minute. That wasn't called for. You turn to slightly smack his shoulder as he bursts into laughter at your reaction before returning to his seat next to you on the couch. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm a ghost, what do you expect? Despite the fear you felt from his spring, the blush across your cheeks refused to go away. If anything, they've turned a darker shade of pink. You really hope Cyrus doesn't notice and the dim lighting works in your favor. The smile fades off his face, replaced by one of mild concern as he observes you. I didn't actually scare you, didn't I? Come on, look at me. Are you alright? Turn your head farther away from him. I'm fine. You didn't scare me, don't worry. The answer comes out too quickly to be natural, and you cough into your fist to hopefully hide it. Cyrus hums thoughtfully and tilts his head as he examines your face. Suddenly, his own expression lines up as he seemingly reaches a conclusion for himself, a teasing grin appearing on his lips. Shokora, do you perhaps enjoy me scaring you? That's it. You're going to find the nearest heavy object and bash your head into it. You'd rather die than face his mortification. Wow, what a taste! You stare at him wide-eyed for a few moments as your mouth opens and closes, but unable to say anything. Try to lie or admit defeat, why not? Fine, you win. A heavy sigh escapes your lips and you cross your arms across your chest. You sure as hell weren't going to admit the reason you enjoyed it is because he was attractive, however. That was coming with you to the grave. Well, you're certainly the first guest I ever had blush over me scaring them. Despite their confident tone in his voice, Sarah's own face seems to have turned a dark pink over the conversation. Yeah, well, it helps it. You're so nice to look at. Oh, what do you talk about? What did you talk about? Keeping that secret to your rave girl? Realizing what you had just blurted out without thinking, you quickly slap your hand over your mouth and stare at Cyrus in horror, expecting him to tease you more. Much to your surprise, Cyrus is staring at your mouth again with the same mortified expression. His entire face is bright pink from what you can tell in the dim candlelight. He quickly recovers and averts his eyes from yours to stare out the window before mumbling nearly unintelligible under his breath. You're incredibly cute yourself, you know. Tease him or thank him? Ah. Your lips curve into a gentle smile as you regard him. Thank you, Cyrus. An embarrassed smile escapes his lips, and he turns farther away from you. Then all of a sudden, his form faces to the couch and into the wooden floor below you. Before you can react, he quickly climbs back up through the floor and takes a spot back on the cushions. If possible, his face is even more red. I have a hard time controlling that when I'm flustered. This pulls a warm laugh from you as you smile at him. He really is adorable. You never thought you'd feel like this over a ghost of all things. Ooh! Tempting. Is it a hug or a kiss? Why not a kiss? A kiss is moving to another stage. Before you change your mind, you're leaning close to him and press a soft kiss to his cold cheek. He reacts with what could only be described as a squeak in surprise, and his hand quickly flies up to cover the spot your lips just brushed. Cyrus stares down at his laugh for a bit before raising his bright red eyes to meet yours, a fatal smile on his lips. Thank you, Shokora. I've never, even when I was alive, I didn't. He draws up and takes a few moments to collect his thoughts before he speaks again. I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I can't tell you how glad I am that you ended up here. That I got to meet you. The last part comes out quieter, his voice soft, but you catch it all the same. I never thought I'd be thankful to end up in a haunted mansion, but I agree. You laugh at your own joke, before your tone turns soft to match his. I'm glad I got to meet you too, Cyrus. The two of you sit in silence for a while, neither one of you wanting to break the gentle moment you just shared. After a bit, Cyrus speaks up, his tone mischievous again. So, do you want to play a round of hide and seek? We still have a little longer before morning after all. Though I have to warn you, I don't think you're going to win. I've had 200 years to learn all the best hiding spots. Hide and seek were good, huh? Well, that's certainly not something you ever thought you'd be doing. Why not? You're on. Don't think you're gonna win so easily though. Cyrus' expression brightens at your answer and he hops up from the couch. Alright, I'll give you 10 minutes to hide. And the unlocked room in the manor is for a game. Any questions? You contemplated this for a moment. It certainly seemed fair enough. Can we set a time limit? If you don't find me in, let's say, half an hour, I win. Half an hour? You're not going to last 10 minutes. Pretty confident for someone who's gonna lose, Cyrus. He laughs out loud at this and gives you a fond grin. You're a blast to be around. Alright, do you have a timer on your phone? Oh, yeah, let me set it up first. You take out your phone and set a timer for 10 minutes before leaving it on the table in front of the couch for Cyrus. Alright, it's started. I'm off. The phone will chime when the timer is up. You spin on your heel and quickly make a dash for the door. However, Cyrus' voice stops you just as you throw it open. Shokora, I sincerely hope you find a good hiding spot. It would be boring if I caught you too quickly. His tone turns darker, a teasing smirk on his lips. It sends a chill of something other than fear down your spine and you feel your face grow hot. Without a reply, you dash out the door and shut it loudly behind you. Which direction do you want to go? So we have two options. Downstairs to the foyer or across the hall to the outer wing of the manor. I'm not sure. Let's try the across the hall to the outer wing of the manor, because why not? It sounds far enough. You quickly make your way across the upper level of the foyer and into the hallway on the other side. Finding an unlocked door, you slip inside and shut the door as quietly as you can manage, not wanting to give Cyrus any hints to which direction you went. You were gonna win this. The room you find yourself in seems to be a guest bedroom from the looks of it. A large four-poster bed sits against the wall, and not much else is in the room save for a dresser and a few chairs. Well, might as well go full horror movie and hide under the bed. At least the bed skirt would help Cyrus from spotting you if he happened to check in here. Careful not to make too much noise, you drop to the floor and ease yourself under the bed. Thankfully it was clean other than dust. You didn't think about miles of spiders. Just as you shifted the bed skirt back into place, you heard the fan chime of your phone going off from the other wing of the manor. Wow, 10 minutes went by fast. Shortly after the alarm shut off, you heard Cyrus' playful voice call out in the otherwise silent manner. Ready or not, here I come. You couldn't stop a grin from ripping onto your face. This was fun, if not a bit anxiety-inducing knowing you were hiding from a ghost. Minutes ticked by slowly as you listened to the sounds of Cyrus checking various rooms in the other wing. Doors opening and closing, his voice occasionally calling out for you. I'm gonna find you. After a while, the sound of a door clicking open sounded in the hallway outside of your room. Oh no, it was only a matter of time before he checked the room you were currently in. Hopefully your spot will be good enough to save you. Actually, now that you thought about it, why was Cyrus bothering with opening doors at all? He was a ghost. He could just freeze right through them. Unless he wanted to purposely unnerve you by letting you know where he was looking for you. Jerk! Your thoughts were interrupted by the terrifying noise of the metal knob to your door being turned. Where are you, my cute little human? You knew the truth and quickly held a hand over your mouth. She's now glowing a soft pink in the darkness. The sounds of Cyrus moving throughout the room and checking behind the various pieces of furniture were nearly inaudible with the sound of your rapid heartbeat in your ears. Suddenly, the bed shifted above you and you heard Cyrus sigh. You held your breath as you imagined Cyrus placing himself on the bed to check behind it. You didn't dare move a muscle. She's not in here either. Shokora really is good at hiding. You could almost picture the pounce on his face based on his tone. Ah, wow. That's enough outbreak. Back to looking. Thankfully, his soft footsteps moved away from the bed and over the other side of the room. Once you heard the sound of the door opening and shutting once more, then you finally let out the breath you had been holding. Holy shit, that was way too close for comfort. Now, all you had to do was wait here until the game ended and you could replay a victory. So much for 10 minutes, huh? Oh. Tricked, aren't you? Suddenly, you felt an icy hand grab your ankle, causing a stream to tear its way out from your throat. Actually, you lasted 12. Consider me impressed. Oh man. You heard Cyrus burst into laughter as his hand released the ankle, and shortly, his spectral form raced through the bed and joined you to lay on the floor. He had an impossibly smug grin on his face, and if it weren't so ramped under the bed, you reached over to swat at him. Ow! I heard you leave! This gets another laugh out of him and he regards you with a raised brow. The grin never leaving his face. Ah, is that what you thought? His grin widens. Under the bed is the most obvious choice, isn't it? Even I know that. You stare at him incredulously for a moment before letting out a frustrated scream into your hands. That's bullshit. Cyrus falls into a new wave of laughter before moving out from under the bed and reaches a just loosened hand out towards you. Come on, that can't be comfortable under there. Taking his hand with a grumble, you let him help you out from under the bed and stand up, brushing the dust off your clothes. If it makes you feel any better, you lasted longer than my sister ever did playing with me. At least you didn't try to hide behind a door or something. That's a terrible spot. You roll your eyes over dramatically, not all that annoyed you lost anymore, and give him a grin of your own. Yeah, whatever. Good game, Cyrus. He happily returns it, expression impossibly bright. That was a ton of fun. Thank you so much, Shokora. Before you can react, Cyrus sweeps you up into his arms and swerves with you in a Rip Waltz-like move, ending with one hand clasped in yours and the other on your waist. His eyes are closed in a joyful expression, and laughter is bubbling out from his chest. Your eyes go comically wide and you feel a blush spread all the way down to your neck as you stare at him for a moment before your own laughter onset. I had a lot of fun too. Thank you. Cyrus lets you go and falls backwards onto one of the couches in the room, a smile still plastered on his face as he sighs. I'm really glad I met you. Taking a seat next to him, you feel something tug in your chest as you admire his soft expression. Same here. I haven't enjoyed myself this much in a long time. You both fall quiet after that and simply enjoy each other's company for the short remainder of the night. Cyrus walks with you back to the foyer and outside onto the front porch. It's a little weird seeing his semi-transparent form outside in the daylight. Well, congratulations on being the first to survive a night in Briarwood Manor. I wish I had a medal to give you. He chuckles to himself and gives you a soft grin. Same here. There's no way anyone is going to believe me about this. I think I'm better off keeping it my own little secret. If anyone asks, I'll just say I spent the night in my car. You should get home and rest. You must be exhausted. At the mention of sleep, you yawn and stretch your arms above your head. Definitely. I'm going to be asleep for the rest of the day, I swear. I have to be well rested for tomorrow after all. You shoot him a playful wink, your expression bright. I'm coming back to visit you again. Cyrus' eyes go comically wide as he processes your words before he breaks out into a huge grin himself. Wait, are you serious? You're coming back? Duh. What? Do you think I was gonna leave you all by yourself? Cyrus' expression falls for a moment, and you worry you said the wrong thing. I've never had anyone come back. His voice is fragile and for a moment it looked like he might tear up, but then a soft smile makes its way onto his face as he looks back up at you. Thank you. There's no way I could ever repay you. Just coming back to visit me occasionally means more to me than you could ever possibly know. He's quiet for a few moments before his expression changes into something mischievous. You know you're stuck now, right? If I get too lonely, I'll be forced to lock you in with me for sleepovers. This is your fault for being so charming. You really have no one to blame but yourself. You burst into laughter and a blush creeps its way onto your face, painting your cheeks pink. There's a chaos locking me in if I'm willingly staying? You regard him for a moment, expression softening. I won't let you be lonely, Cyrus. I'll visit as often as I can, I promise. I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat all day waiting. Alright, I should really get going before I'm too tired to walk. But before I go... Okay, we have a hug and a kiss. Of course, I'm going for the kiss. You reach up and place your hand on his cheek before leaning up to press your lips to his. The contrast and temperature sending a chill through you. It's an improvement actually from hug to a cheek kiss and then a lip kiss. Nice. Cyrus wraps his arms around you and pulls you close to him, seemingly unwilling to break the kiss first. After a few more moments, you two part. Both of your faces are flushed a soft pink. Bye, Cyrus. Well, for now that is. The two of you share matching smiles. Cyrus raises his hand in a wave. Bye, Shokora. See you later. You return his way before turning on your heel and heading back down the path towards the road. When you reach the iron gates that mark the beginning of the property, you cast one final glance over your shoulder and see Cyrus blow you a playful kiss from the porch. A giggle escapes your lips as you wave again before continuing your walk. Eventually, you make it back into town and to your home, where you call to get your car towed. You keep your promise and return to Briarwood Manor later that night, and for many more nights to come. So we have the credits here. Thank you for playing and thank you for creating this game, Starfate. And special thanks to Dart1117, Mangosteen, and Metafright. And that should be it for our playthrough of Spectral Phantasy. This is a short little game about a ghost boy in a spooky mansion. But instead of being chased out by some kind of horror being, we actually make a new friend and maybe a lover, kind of a crush. I do hope they get closer and closer and maybe become lovers, who knows. So this is a short little game for the spooky season that I'm playing. And after this, we're moving back to Meeting in the Flesh next to finish up the series. So Spectral Phantasy is a cute little game. I really like the design of the game. You can see the cute font of the purple and that purple and violet and some kind of purplish color scheme that is really nice. And also I really like the color itself too, so maybe it's just me who is biased. The story is simple, very straightforward. Mostly about our protagonist being stuck in the forest with our car being broken down and we don't have any kind of connections in our phone. So we move in through the forest, the spooky forest, to find a spooky mansion, which turned out to be haunted, and the rumors were true. But instead of being choosing to run away, we actually tried to befriend the ghost, who is kind of a Casper-like ghost, very friendly, very cute, and very handsome, very attractive. That this is kind of a plus of why we are very friendly to him. And our protagonist and the ghost make friends and maybe lovers in the future, who knows, but it's a cute little story of getting to know about the ghost, about his histories, about ourselves. So a little bonding until the morning where the sun rises and we go back to our car. But after that, it's another visit and after visit. Anyway, love the game, love the art. The art is really good, I really like it. The design was fine, the UI was fine. Cute little game, short, cute little game, nice to play for the spooky season. Absolutely. Anyway, that should be it for Spectral Phantasy. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you on the next playthrough of a new game. Bye bye!